sneak across and get to the grotto. That's a shame. Oh well. Let's head back to the house and make up some apple juice, some cider. I fancy wetting his Narracott's tipple, because he hasn't had any alcohol in this trip. Although, would you, after the way Marston choked? And here's something that bothers me. Why is there chickens on the island? Why is there goats on the island? I mean, apart from supposedly the owners living here, this island's very much uninhabited. Are you seriously telling me these are wild chickens and wild goats live on this island? I mean, they look very domesticated if you ask me, so who feeds them? What's the point? This is rented out to farmers by the local town council when there's no one living on the thing. I don't know, I guess I would do it too. I am disappointed there's not as much woodland or something like that I would hope for, but I know what you're saying, this doesn't get as much sunlight, but if you can get flippin' sunflowers, which are delicate flowers that require a lot of sunlight to grow, and if they do look half dead, surely there should be more trees on this island. Anyway, let's get back to the house. Make up them lovely delicious things I was talking about. Maybe I could throw in a bit of alcohol into the honey. I don't think that's too bad of an idea. It may get the doctor... I mean, he's already in a suggestible move anyway, but this may point him more towards my side. I know fighting fire with fire to get a man to do a delicate medical autopsy may not be the best idea, but I am running out of them. Alright, Narracott, let's put down a glass. And let's put our lovely... We'll do the fresh apples first, because fermented apples will taint the taste of the fresh apples.
I need to put something down to filter the pulp.
Of course I do. I mean, look at that bucket. It's got flipping holes in it. Well, I think we may pick up this cheese later, Narracott.
That came apart rather easily.
We just unwrapped a piece of cheesecloth. I really question your sanity sometimes, Narracott. I really do. Okay, fresh apples first. One large basket coming up. Oh, that's rather disappointing. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 apples? There are a lot more than 6 apples. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 apples, about half of it. Not even that. Maybe just like a quarter. So surely there should have been about 18 apples, but somehow 18 apples become 6. Bet you ate half of them putting it in there, you greedy little pig you are, Narracott. You're gonna be so bloated you won't be able to push down the propeller from the mini sub to pulp these lovely apples into juice. Good grief.
Ah, a nice fresh glass of apple juice. I'm half tempted to drink it myself.
No, don't. That's for Emily. We need to bring her over to the dark side. Well, no, the light side of the Force. Because she has far too much hope in her... in her resolve. But good grief, all that... It was just like you just tapped it and went straight down, got apple juice. You are... Man of Steel, simply a man of steel. Again with the apples. You know, it's a shame that this mini-sub didn't work because plan A was to radio for help off the island. Because Narracott chickened out because he heard Owen's voice that, oh no, I don't need to be here. And plan B was to row herself off the island. And that didn't work because you didn't read these books on how to navigate yourself across a body of water and you decided to leave go of the oars. Lucky we didn't drown. And plan C, for me, would have been using that submersible, somehow getting Lombard's technical skills, and I guess Marston would have been some use. It's a shame he got killed off first and somehow navigated ourselves off the island. Maybe use some of that old footage in the cinema room to give me maybe a bit of a guide to see how it worked, if there was more documents. And shame we just don't have that able to work. That plan C just didn't work and get off the ground. I guess plan D will be simply to Bill Lombard's parachute.
Apple cider. For From the smell, quite potent stuff too.
And by the sound of it, you've turned your nose up at it. Oh, Narracott. What am I gonna do with you? Right, honey. Anna, where's that cocktail shaker?
Excellent, like hand in glove.
I can see why you're not a bartender, Narracott. I can really see how you're not a bartender. Right, I think the only bit of the island that we haven't looked over is what was in that cove blocked by those thorns. So, I say we look in that bay, and if you can't build a parachute, well, plan E, cry ourselves to sleep. Yep, plan E will be to cry ourselves to sleep. Right, the only way I think we can get through these thorns is if we entice the goats over here. And the only thing of a potent smell I can think of we have is this apple cider. You know, it just feels sacrilege just pouring it onto the thorns. It's like a waste of a good cider, but since Narracott doesn't like drinking it, might as well use it. Okay, dab it all. No, he's drinking it. He just drank the cider. I can't even see it on the thorns. Oh, maybe he did put it on the thorns, but I'm sure you drank that. This is gonna take for what? Wow, not forever. That was quick.
They ate right through the thicket, thorns and all.
No, I'm surprised. All it did was eat the roots, and somehow the rest of it just fell down. These aren't goats, these are mechanical vacuum cleaners. Mechanical goats that are vacuum cleaners. Oh, I don't want to talk about mechanical animals. I had an argument with somebody about a mechanical cat once. Oh.
I think I can see a blinking red light off in the distance, but I can't be sure.
Well, your eyes are better than mine now. God, I can't see a thing. Or maybe it's just my graphics setting and I can't see that blinking, supposedly red light in the distance. But lucky for you, we have a lovely golden telescope that we can check it out with. Okay, Narracott, what do you see? Thought you knew where the red light was. What is that? Looks like some sort of box, blinking black box with red light, and it's obviously been tied there recently. I wonder. Ooh, what's this? Oh, please tell me this is yes, the lengths of fishing line we've been looking for. We need to get that to Emily Brent, and she'll be able to sew our parachute, and Plan D will be a success. We won't even have to implicate Plan E of us crying in the corner. This is fantastic. Ah, Emily, I have that length of fishing line you asked for.
Fishing line? Yes, that would be strong enough to sew the silk sheets together.
So how long do you think this parachute will take?
How is the parachute coming along?
When it's done, I will let you know, Mr. Narracott.
Thank you, Miss Brent.
I've annoyed her a little bit. But I've got some apple juice. Emily, please hear me out and let me come around to my way of thinking. I don't want you to be the next murder victim.
I hope that softens her disposition towards me somewhat.
Me too, Mr. Ballspatch. Why are we talking about the thing about Miss Claythorne? We know about Sintrednix. Why do we need to go over it? Fine. Of all the things you could say to an Narracott, this is what you try to ask her.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything more about seeing Miss Claythorne at a hotel near St. Trednix?
I wonder how you heard that. I was staying near the place where that boy Cyril Hamilton's death occurred. Miss Claythorne acted as if she'd never been to the place, but I see no reason to say any more about it.
That is all, Miss Brent.
That's the same. I saw no reason to talk about it, so why bring it up, Narracott? Oh, what a waste of a potential good conversation. Well, let's hope your disposition towards the doctor's better. Because remember, we need to get these autopsies done. I'm determined that an autopsy will be done. Oh, I love this animation. I'm determined to see an autopsy done before the killer decides to kill off the doctor because he's grown a pair and decided to do these autopsies on Marston, Mrs. Rogers, on Mackenzie, and why are you knocking? Just go ahead.
Go away, please. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Why? What on earth are you doing in here? Oh, of course, binging again. You're ridiculous. I better look with a vet doing an autopsy on a person than you.